Night at the Gates of Hell is a 2022 upcoming survival horror game published by Puppet Combo's label T0ture Star Video and developed by Jordan King, who previously developed BCCF, which was also published by the same label and made by the same developer. The game's development was first announced by Jordan in 2021, and it was later shown in Puppet Combo's direct show livestream, in which it was showcased as a game published by T0ture Star specifically. It's about a guy who plans on having sex in a cemetery while all the zombies are rising from the dead. Let's get into it. The demo starts with someone hanging themselves above a grave. A voice is then heard. The game then cuts to a character, Liam, arriving at the spot where his girlfriend Razor told him to meet her. He doesn't find her, so he searches the cemetery and is jump scared by Razor. The two decide to have sex, but because Liam doesn't have a condom, Razor rejects him and tells him to get a condom. Liam returns to his car and gets one condom. He returns back and to his horror finds Razor's mutilated, devoured corpse. Suddenly, zombies emerge from the bushes and attack Liam, but he manages to run away. Since the path to his car is blocked by more zombies, Liam runs to the church and takes refuge there. Liam explores the church, finds a key in the confession booth, and uses it to unlock a back door. Liam searches the corridors and reaches the end where he is attacked by the zombie nun, and that's where the demo ends. So let's talk about what we liked and didn't like about this demo. It's wonderful to see T0ture Star is making more movies influenced by the works of Mattei and Fulci involving zombies because of that colorful, almost campy style of cinematography that's typically seen in Italian horror films from the late 70s and early 80s, which is absolutely something that should be involved in a Puppet Combo style game with low poly graphics and cheesy zombie movie aesthetics. In addition to this game's premise is utterly hilarious, starting off with a couple that just so happened to decide that a cemetery was the best place to have sex out of literally any other location on planet Earth. Oh, and it's also peculiar when having a condom is this woman's paramount concern, when they're literally having sex on top of a picnic blanket in a graveyard. Wonderful priorities. Don't get me wrong, we think birth control and the mitigation of STIs are things you should be entitled to, especially since condoms are coveted items in this day and age, but out of literally everything around you, a fast swimmer isn't the greatest detriment to your health. Not to mention the fact that it's a literal graveyard, and the last thing you should be doing is having sex in a place like this. Imagine if someone came by, wanting to mourn the death of someone, and they just saw a couple arguing about a condom. Someone's gonna get a really harsh formal complaint letter, which the writer has every right to give off Karen vibes in. And it eventually turned out to be, because in the span of literally a minute, Razor was turned into Spirit Halloween quality gore, which is ironic because the creatures that came after Liam move like they're on Xanax, so we have no idea what happened there. I guess the Trojan wasn't the kind of protection they needed that night. Now, in a rebuttal to this, you might say, well, they just got unlucky. I mean, what are the chances they'd get ambushed by zombies on the one night they decided to have sex in the cemetery? That's a decent argument, except for the fact that who the hell ever decides to fuck in a cemetery? Ever. Okay, but we digress. Now remember that in the confession booth, Liam didn't just find a key to the back door, but he also found the dead body of what appears to be a priest, who's British, judging by the state of the alignment of his teeth. I mean, Christ, bro. You're a man of Christ, and Invisalign will fix that right up, and you won't even have to get veneers, and since it's the Catholic Church, it's probably paid for. There's no shame in wearing braces at an older age. Anyway, when he's wandering through the church, Liam got attacked by a nun. Now, of all the things for Jordan King to put in his game, isn't a nun one of the most peculiar things to implement? Hear us out, hear us out. This nun is most likely there to pay homage, or homage, however you pronounce it, to Nun Massacre, which you'd probably know was a Puppet Combo game from 2018, which paid the H word to the movie, The Nun, which came out that same year. Or maybe it's a reference to a scene in a certain movie. So if it is, we'd be delighted if someone in the comments told us, because we can't remember a nun in a zombie scene like this. This is also the worst cemetery security we've ever seen in a piece of media ever, because not only was one of the graves literally robbed so brazenly to the point where a rectangular hole was dug into the ground, but judging from, well, everything, the body was most likely exhumed. Not only this, but a corpse was hanged over the dugout grave, so staff must be non-existent here. Or if there do exist employees here, they're most likely in on the plot. All in all, Jordan Ting is a really funny guy, and we're honestly delighted to see more of his work get published by T0ture Star and finally released. We're really glad to see his talent applied yet again, and we hope you are as well. We'll have a video around 20 minutes out in around 5 days. Thanks for watching.